Hey, I'm Cyclon, and I am so excited. It is finally time for some uh, theory crafting? No, that's not Minecraft. Theory making and speculation. And as a wise man Keurig once said, scrutinize everything he says. Well, about the envoy. And to give that context, the envoy for 2 leagues now was always saying, they are coming. And I always asked, who is they? Wednesday, and I was hoping. I actually theorized last week, so an ultimatum that we're going to get an early core expansion in Expedition, not ultimatum. That we're going to get an early core expansion in this league. Uh, well, which was proven wrong. Instead, we got Scourge, which is totally fine. But I think we finally know who Say is. Overnight for me, this got dropped. We see the new supporter packs. And the first thing I noticed were their names. Imperator, Nullifier, Annihilator, Ravager, and Incinerator. Now those sound like titles to me. For example, in PoE like the Hunter, the Crusader, the Redeemer, the Warlord, or the Awakener, or the Eradicator, the Enslaver, the Phoenix. So it sounds to me very likely that those are bosses. Now, this is. I have already to take a step back. With the War of the Atlas, we got Basilisk, Crusade, Eerie, Judicate, and Orion. So, might be a wrong take here, but for me it sounds like names, so I will just assume those are names. Next thing is, we had a chaos damage, or damage over time, lightning, cold, physical, and I guess a bit of everything. And now again, this is again pure speculation, just from what I've looked at the pictures. Imperator looks physical. Nullifier looks damage over time because it has the same feeling with this portal that if we take a look here, I think it's a bit better visible. It looks like the damage over time ground we got from the Elder creeps in the Uber Elder fight. Or we have the Annihilator, which kind of fire Celestia could be everything, but could also maybe be lightning. I don't really know. That one's the one I can't order. The Ravager looks very much like Cold because of his appearance with this bubble on his head. And lastly, the Incinerator, well, fire. And I just want to mention every single supporter looks absolutely beautiful. And then there are these tarot cards, and I might have to spend a bit more money on this game. If you haven't noticed, if I haven't mentioned it yet, I am very excited. So, if we take a look at the portals, we see figures over the map divides that might look like similar or the same as the bosses will be. So this one looks pretty much just like a sword. So I don't know about the Imperator, because if we look a bit earlier in the video, you see that there's MTX, it has twos. It kind of also looks like the Neon Genesis guy when he rages. So I have watched that ages ago, so I don't know if I remember that correctly. But it looks like very interesting that there are teeth on the mask. No, not a single portal. I wanted to go back to those. So we have the Imperator, which again sounds physical, could very well be a boss. And this one doesn't look particularly elderly if we compare it with how the Elder and the Maven looks. But the next one literally has tentacles on his head and has the horns look like the creep of the Uber Elder. But this one looks so much, again, could be physical or damage over time with, I don't really know. But this looks really like an Elder being. Just weird proportions, tiny legs, long arms, tentacles on his head, and then blood sprawling from his mouth. I don't really know, but this one looks very elderly like. And the next one, okay, this one just looks amazing. The whole supporter pack, I really like this one. But if we There, I missed the frame. At 25. This one looks very celestial. Now, this looks more like the Maven when she is not showing her true self. So again, could be elderly. Maybe. This one very much looks elderly. Several arms, which we know the elder has. He has these horns instead of tentacles. And he has this weird bubble. Like, this one really looks elderly. And lastly, we have this one again, 4 arms, which the elder had. And the cloak kind of the elder had too. So this one could very well be, again, an eldritch entity. And I don't know, I really think we're finally going to get new endgame bosses. Now, that is the first part of the speculation. What are they? And the next part would be, where are they? So, where we can encounter these endgame bosses, which I'm even more excited to speculate about, or theorize about. So we now have 5 new, assuming I'm correct, that those are going to be the bosses and the new eldritch beings that are going to invade the Atlas. Where they're going to be, and I have 2 theories about this. The first thing is we're going to get the Conquerors replaced. The Conquerors are either going to become outdated because they were never really needed, because like the influences can be given to any other, so we would just need to update the orbs. Instead of Warlord Orb, it would now be the Imperator's Orb. And the influence could be 1-to-1 taken over, or could be adjusted, and new mods added in, old mods taken out. I don't know about that. That I'm going to speculate once we know a bit more about. For now, it's just Theory 1, they're going to replace those, and we're going to have 4 new bosses on the Atlas and 1 new big boss. Maybe the system is going to get adjusted, maybe it's going to stay the same, and we just have new faces with new abilities. Or option 2, they are going to be linked to the Atlas, linked to the Maven interaction, and we somehow will still have the Conqueror system to progress the Atlas itself. So my next guess is, we have the 10 boss fights Maven imitation, where we need to fight 10 bosses, and instead of fighting 10 bosses, suddenly there just comes one of these guys floating in, because we have 4 regions, 1 per region, and says, screw this, kills the bosses, absorbs their energy, and then you have to fight that guy. That sounds very interesting. And those are then going to have their own special drop pool of things. And then we have a 5th guy, which is going to be an Uber Maven fight. Now, based on the Orion, the War of the Atlas supporter pack, I would assume that the Incinerator is the final boss. But honestly, the Annihilator looks more like a final boss, just because it cannot be really connected to a single element. Like Cyrus wasn't really connected to everything. In his damage was every damage type. While the Imperator, Nullifier, Ravager, and Incinerator could be ordered to one specific damage source, or at least from the looks. Maybe it's a debate, but I think that the most expensive supporter pack, based on what I've previously seen, would be the supporter pack that is linked to a boss. I think that is all about my speculations. I think this is long enough rambling. And if you also like to theorize and speculate about things, then feel free to either leave a comment and we can talk in the comment section, or you could join my Discord and we could talk there, because like I said, I really love theorizing about these things, as long as it does not involve my money to theorize about it or to speculate with it. I am totally fine with speculating it. I have a lot of enjoyment about it, and I will try to also, when we get more new information, to also post about that, to make a video about it and share my thoughts, because like I said, I really enjoy it. I think you can hear it in my voice. I had lots of fun making these videos just now. And yeah, all that being said, have a wonderful day, and hopefully enjoyable Christmas time, and yeah, have a great day.